Hi everyone, and welcome to our first ever episode of Ask Father. Recently, you might remember I asked you guys to send me in your questions about our faith, and you sent loads the past few days. So I'm going to get started with a really topical question. Brian on Facebook asked, what happens with Lent now that we don't have any Mass? It's a great question, Brian. Probably lots of Catholics are asking the very same thing. And I don't know about you, but to me, it seems like such a strange Lent this year. Really long, really penitential. And for lay Catholics, it's especially strange not getting to Mass each week. So many of my own parishioners have said how weird it is not going to Mass on a Sunday, how much they miss it, how much they hunger for the Eucharist. But the truth, of course, is that Mass hasn't stopped. Mass is being celebrated every day in every parish church by every priest. So although you can't attend those Masses physically, it's good to remember that they are still happening privately behind closed doors. And we know that because so many of the Masses, including our own at St Augustine's, are streamed live online. And listen, say what you like about the current crisis. If it's shown anything, it's that the clergy should not be allowed to activate Facebook Live. Google it and you will see what I mean. There are some horror stories. Anyway, back to Lent. So we're using these 40 days to prepare for the great feast of Easter, the celebration of the Lord's resurrection. And we do that, of course, through prayer, through fasting, through almsgiving. And that shouldn't stop. And Easter, it will also take place, as usual, perhaps behind closed doors, but it will still be celebrated around the world. But this year, our Lenten preparations, they will look quite different. In terms of our prayer, we should still be praying hard, focusing our lives on God and in conversation with Him. We can't pray in church, but that certainly doesn't mean we can't pray in our domestic churches at home with our families. In fact, we might say that we have even more time now, more opportunity to pray, because so many people aren't at work or at school and full of the stress of the chaos of ordinary life. We've got lots of free time, so I guess we should use it wisely. In terms of Mass, what the Church asks us to do if we can't be there physically is that we make a spiritual communion. And I'll put the text of that prayer on the screen at the very end of this video so that you can see it. So basically the prayer says, Lord, although I can't receive you sacramentally, physically in Holy Communion, I desire to be in communion with you spiritually. So the prayer, it recognises the wound of not being able to receive the Eucharist. And it also recognises our burning desire to be close to the Lord in every other way. So say that prayer whenever you would normally be attending Mass. Unite prayerfully, if not physically. So we still need to live our Lent. We still have a few weeks to go. None of us thought this Lent was going to be so different, so tough, so long. And we've all ended up giving up lots more than we ever thought. Even our freedom to go outside or to visit the ones we love. But let's offer up those small sacrifices and turn them into a living prayer so that we can get even more graces in our lives as we move towards Easter. Keep sending in your questions. All of the details are at the bottom of the screen. You can email them, Facebook them, or tweet them to me. God bless, stay safe, and remember, stay at home.